What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is what it's like to fire the AC-130 gunship. We've done a couple of reactions to it, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's an absolute beast. I believe this is a video of a guy actually going in, experiencing it for himself.
Okay.
You get a bit of an inside view from an outsider.
Yeah.
I believe. Smash the like button, guys. Smash the subscribe button. We'd seriously appreciate it. Go and check our movie reaction channel out. Shawshank Redemption is out on Patreon, and hopefully in the next couple of days it will be out on the channel, the edited version. The Goon is over there as well, so go and check her out. The link's in the description. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get into it. What it's like to fire the AC-130 gunship. What we got?
Sector 61, runway 04, wind 31011, gust 15, clear for takeoff.
Lova 29, rounds are on target, fired for effect. Gun ready. Rounds away.
Oh, that's destruction, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right behind me is the most heavily armed gunship in history, the AC-130J Ghost Rider. This is the US Air Force's ultimate battle plane, designed specifically to provide close air support to troops on the ground. Well, today I'm out here at Cannon Air Force Base, New Mexico, to teach you about the mission, the crew, and what it's like to experience firing the weapons myself, so that we can see what this gunship is truly capable of.
I think we'll get a good insight.
Get ready,
I think so.
because this is the AC-130.
That's crazy.
Look how excited he was. Look at the size of that.
Holding them.
Yeah, they seem like beasts, don't they?
I'm Major Mark Warp, I'm a
Sadistic.
Weapons System Officer on the AC-130J Ghost Rider. Our mission set is to provide close air support to Special Operations Forces, as well as other precision strike capabilities to the battlefield. We fly with a crew of 8 to 9 crew members, 2 pilots,
That many?
2 combat systems officers.
I guess it makes
That's a lot of
aerial
people in a
gunners who
small
operate the
space.
guns
It is quite a big
and
plane.
do all the loading.
Yeah,
We're excited to
scales.
take Sam up and get some hands-on training and see what he can do and see how accurate he can be shooting the guns and actually loading the guns.
Oh, I'd love to shoot one of the
Look at-
guns.
So this is the
I would
Ghost
love to
Rider.
do that.
Would you?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
essentially a bomb
that'd be
truck with
sick.
guns.
You know, a few videos back, I got to fly on the normal variant of the C-130, and that thing was incredible. But I mean, this takes that platform to a whole nother level.
Yeah, I've loved working on it and seeing the impact it's had on the mission all across the world.
I can't imagine. I respect to what you do, and just excited to be out here.
I appreciate it.
Huge respect.
So this is
Definitely.
the AC-130J gunship, the most heavily armed aircraft in the world. To the rear of the aircraft, we have a 105mm howitzer, which is dubbed the GAL
Oh,
XX, which
that's
is the
a
newest
gun.
version of the 105.
Did you?
To the
What did you
force.
think it was?
I don't know. I made the joke about it being like
gear stick.
the gear stick.
Oh
The
yeah,
stick,
it's just a
whatever they call
beast
it
of a
in America. I
gun.
think they call it a stick, don't they?
Oh, I think yeah, a stick
A
shift.
stick
I think.
shift, yeah. But I didn't know what it was. I just thought, I don't know, but I didn't think it was a gun.
Yeah, it's a beast, an absolute beast.
For the aircraft, we have a 30mm GAL 23, which is a chain link gun. And then we have the capabilities to carry on the wings small diameter bombs as well as Hellfire missiles. And in the tail of the aircraft, we can actually carry Griffin missiles.
Now, when you step
As
inside
you
the
do.
cargo bay,
Just
the level of
cash.
firepower on display is really tough to comprehend. The first thing you'll notice is the 30mm gun, which is capable of firing up to 200 rounds per minute, each roughly the size of a Coke bottle.
Each round blows
Wow,
up with the
a
same
Coke
force
ball.
as a hand
That's quite
grenade.
big.
And let's just say that we have enough on board to do some serious damage.
The 30mm brings a lot of flexibility to the Ghost Rider's crew. The gun is on a trainable mount, which means it can pivot along 2 axes, making it easier to aim at the target without having to reorient the entire plane. The ammunition also feeds in from 2 different chains, allowing gunners to quickly switch to a second kind of ammunition if they need to take out a different threat.
Okay, that makes sense.
Here in front of us, we have the 105mm howitzer, which is capable of shooting rounds that weigh up to 50 pounds.
50 pounds.
Yeah, let me show you.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
He's
I
wider
would
than
never be able
him.
to
Watch
pick
it.
it up.
This is every bit of 50 pounds, and I can't believe you guys have to grab these and load them up every time.
Every single time.
Create some
Imagine me
serious
doing that.
firepower.
You got no
Very
chance.
Oh, no chance.
Yeah, so this round and this
bigger than
weapon,
you.
The howitzer is actually used by the Army. They
not
utilize
tall
it on
enough.
the ground. Here we have modified it so that we're able to shoot it in the air.
Flying artillery.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to try shooting this thing myself. That's gonna be crazy.
Let's do it.
I'm First Lieutenant Gordon Kowalkowski. I'm a co-pilot on the AC-130J Ghost Rider. One thing that's different about flying this aircraft is while we're in the gun orbit, we're actually maneuvering the plane around the guns. So in order to hit a target that's outside of the gun's maneuverable box, we will maneuver the aircraft in a way so that the guns can reach that target. And
Okay.
when the
Look how
guns
many
go off,
little
you can
buttons there
definitely
are.
feel the recoil. When the 105 goes off, the airplane moves 6 feet in the opposite direction.
Oh,
and when
it
the 30
moves
goes off,
6
it's just
foot?
someone's kicking your seat the whole time.
Wow.
Now that massive recoil the 105 produces also causes the cannon to shoot back about 43 inches with 14,000 pounds of force, easily enough to do some serious damage to a crew member caught behind.
Imagine if you were standing
This
there.
yellow-looking
Yeah,
cage
you don't
that we
want to
have
be behind
here
that.
is actually called the safety cage. This was built around to protect crew members from the recoil of the gun. So as long as you're not behind it, Sam, I think we'll be all right.
Definitely, I don't want to get a hand caught in there, a foot. I can't imagine the damage that would do.
You definitely don't.
I'm going to be making sure you're looking out for me.
Oh, we got your back.
All right.
Yeah, imagine your hand behind that. Oh, it
At
would
this
hurt.
point, it was time to head inside the squadron for the mission brief. This was my opportunity to sit in with the crew and find out just what to expect during my flight on the Ghost Rider.
All right, hey Sam, we're just gonna go over the sortie that we're doing today, but we'll have everybody in their seats, strapping in at 1600. We'll have you up front in the jump seat for the takeoff at 1630. After we take
So
off,
happy.
maybe 5-10 minutes.
You
after
would
that,
be, wouldn't you?
We'll let you go to the back.
I imagine that's how
when
you'd
we
be.
get overhead the
Yeah,
range,
it
and then
must
we'll
be
let
sick.
You, get on the 30mm with my gunners, kind of get you a few shots with that, then get you back to the 105, let you load a few of the rounds. They're pretty heavy, but we'll see how you do with that. And then we'll put you in the seat as well so you can operate the sensors and then pull the trigger and shoot a few of the guns there on the impact area that we have out there at Melrose Range. And then we'll come back here, call it a day.
You make it sound so simple.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You got any questions for me now?
No, I'm very excited. I don't really know exactly what to expect, but I'm sure I'll feel that thing. It's gonna be crazy, huh?
Yeah, it's a pretty good recoil. It's kind of like if somebody were to like kick the bottom of your chair, kind of hard like you're sitting in right now. So.
Okay, I'll take you up on that. Let's see if it's like that. All right, well, thank you so much. I'll see you out there on the flight
Sounds
line.
good. We'll see you out there.
On my way out to the aircraft, I stopped by aircrew flight equipment to pick up a few pieces of gear. The first was a safety helmet for protection that also allows me to communicate with the pilots and crew, and the second was a pair of gloves I'll be required to wear when loading the guns.
All right, I got a helmet and a pair of gloves. That is what will be protecting me when I'm firing the 30mm and the 105.
When you need gloves to fire a
Checks out.
gun, you know it's a beast.
After that, it was finally time to head back outside to load up for the flight.
That's music.
The music's got us going in these
All right, guys,
videos.
we're about
You
to
feel
load up
that.
here. I'll be honest, I'm feeling a little nervous. I know this isn't a fighter jet or a helicopter doing low levels, but I mean, the firepower on this thing is crazy, and the fact that I get to strap in and shoot it myself, it's gonna be exciting, but we'll just see how it goes. So can't wait to bring you guys along.
Just like we briefed, I started out in the flight deck where I would be sitting for takeoff. As the pilots ran their pre-flight checklists, the rest of the crew was busy prepping the aircraft for our mission. Now, one thing I haven't shown you yet is probably the most important component of the Ghost Rider. This dual console computer system known as the MOP, or
It is
Mission
huge in
Operating
there.
House.
So cool.
This is where all the weapon
It is.
systems are controlled, including the cameras,
But
sensors,
like,
and most
I know it
important,
looks like a big plane, but when you see like the area with the guns to
Yeah.
that, you don't realise how big the front
No.
is as well. How many people can see, how many computers have got in there.
I know, it's
Like,
crazy.
Technology's mental, isn't
It
it?
is.
the trigger. The MOP is typically occupied by the combat and weapons systems officers. However, today, when we get out to the range, I'll have a chance to take a seat and give it a go myself.
Spectre 61, runway 04, wind 310 gust 15, clear for takeoff.
After starting the engines and receiving tower clearance for taxi and takeoff, my flight aboard the mighty AC-130 was officially underway.
You would be bricking it though at the same time, like you
Yeah.
said. You'd be excited.
It's a bit of, you've got to be a little bit nervous.
Definitely.
All right, Sam, we're at 10,000 feet. We got about 15, 16 miles till we get to the range, and then we'll start our shooting once we get all our stuff done over there.
All right, I'll plan on heading to the back.
Sweet, man.
Ready to load those guns up.
Yeah, absolutely. And to shoot them, too.
Yeah, it's going to be sweet.
Be a good time.
After making my way to the back, I grabbed
good
my
stuff
helmet and gloves
starts.
and
Imagine
found a
just walking
seat
around there
behind the
like
MOP as I
10,000 feet
waited
up
for
in
the
the air.
crew to finish prepping the guns.
Well,
Before
you
they're
can-
ready to fire, the guns have to be adjusted.
You can do that on a normal
Yeah,
plane.
but I don't do that because I'm too scared.
Like, you're allowed to walk on
Yeah,
a
but
normal
I'm
plane.
too scared, so I don't do that ever.
to do a process called tweaking. This is very similar to lining up the sights on a rifle or shotgun, and for the AC-130, it involves firing rounds at different points in the gun orbit, so wind adjustments and other corrections can be made.
We want to take shots from different parts of the orbit because the wind is different as we go around the orbit.
Right.
And you got to remember we're over 1 mile away from where we're shooting, so that's why the wind can change from up here to down here. So that's for the tweak only.
Once all the tweaks were made, it was time to take my seat at the MOP. The first thing I'll say is that to some extent, it really did feel like I was playing a video game. The side controller
That's
where you see
mental,
my
innit?
left
Yeah.
hand is where you change the position of the camera over the targets as well as the zoom. And you can actually adjust the sensitivity just like your typical Xbox or PlayStation controller.
Pull it straight back towards you. See that zooms in and then push it forward. That's what you. So those are these two fingers are the ones you're gonna use the most.
Zoom in, out,
Is it really
left,
noisy in
right.
there? Is that why they use the
This
right
is just
microphones?
like Call of Duty, guys.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm not kidding, it seriously was. But anyways, once I had a fairly good idea on how things worked at the MOP, it was finally time to fire. Starting out on gun 1, the 30 mil, this was gonna be fun.
So you're good to go.
Is this the button?
It's the trigger.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So as soon as you pull it, the gun's gonna go off. So you good?
I think I'm good.
All right. Here you go.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
There you go. Atta kid.
I just fired
Good
an
shot as well.
AC-130, guys.
And don't
That
worry,
is pretty
as I
mental.
promised, we're just
Pilot
getting-
laugh.
I know it is pretty mental, the fact that it is like a video
Yeah.
game as well. If you didn't feel you were in the air and like, it would be just like playing a
Yeah.
video game. But oh, imagine being able to say you fired an AC-130. That's pretty sick.
getting started.
That's one of the weaker ones as well.
Quite fit.
Oh, it's an ad.
We'll see you guys in a second.
Because I promise, we're just getting started.
Just getting started. Oh.
Ground Inspector 6-1.
I'm so jealous.
1 and 2 on the line.
Pilot copies.
Okay, so that was pretty cool, but I think it's time that we move to the gun I had been waiting patiently for. Yep, gun 2, the 105mm cannon. For
That
this,
is a big
things were
boy.
going to work a little bit differently. Instead of just pulling the trigger, we were going to simulate a real-life fire mission.
All right. You ready for a fire mission?
Hell yeah.
This is how things would work in a real-life combat situation with friendly forces on the ground calling in an airstrike.
Spectre 6-1, Lobo 2-9. Fire mission over.
That first piece of comms is from the simulated controller on the ground who is calling in the initial request for an airstrike.
Send it.
My position, OP jockey, no mark. Target location is 140, 530 meters. Group of 3 tanks in the open, no mark. Over.
I then responded, send it, which prompts the controller to transmit the coordinates and target. In this case, a group of 3 enemy tanks.
Spectre 6-1 copies. Looking.
This
Tally
feels
target,
intense, I
1
don't know
enemy
why.
tank.
Now this final piece of comms you'll hear is my favorite part because it includes a checklist rundown from the entire crew. As the Wizzo or Weapon Systems Officer, I'll relay the gun type, ammunition, and distance to target, which then allows the CISO or Combat Systems Officer next to me to confirm. It then goes to the pilot who has a consent switch up in the flight deck before going back down to the gunners who load the ammunition
wow.
and confirm that gun 2 is ready to fire.
Crew 2
Goes
Wizzo,
for
gun
everyone
2
pretty
tranquil,
much, yeah.
Prox, target 140, 530 meters. Wizzo ready.
Scissor confirms.
Arm 2.
Gun 2 armed.
Gun ready.
Rounds away.
Oh,
that's a direct.
I was
Let's go.
sick of it.
Spectre 6-1,
Gun ready.
Lobo 2-9. Rounds are on target. Fire for effect.
Yeah, it must be amazing doing
That
that.
mop from the pilot. We're going to descend down to 9,500 just to see if it's a little less bumpy. 10,000 puts us right at the base of the clouds, basically.
So if you've stuck around this long, you'll know that there's still one thing I have left to do. Experience loading the 105mm cannon myself. As I pulled on my gloves and made my way to the rear of the aircraft, I realized this was not going to be the easiest thing I'd ever done. Handling 50-pound rounds at almost 10,000 feet in the air while experiencing some pretty bad turbulence, let's hope I brought my A game.
All right, Sam, we're going to get you on the 105, shooting some TP rounds. You good with that?
Do it.
I want you to be absolutely careful because the turbulence right now is really bad. But remember how this works, right? You're going to take your hand, you're going to cup the back. You want to cover the primer at all times, right? You're going to take it out, slide it into your hand.
Okay.
You're going to swing over.
Okay.
It slides right in, right?
Okay, awesome.
Okay,
I
does
would
that
be
make sense?
bricking this.
It was actually a little bit more complicated than it sounded, especially remembering how to arm it once it was loaded in the gun, but anyways, I gave it my best shot.
All right, it's already selected, so you're going to close your breech. Hit the F1. And then arm.
To be fair though, they're using it as a team, so he's doing each one
Everything on his
separately.
own.
One's loading it, one's arming it, one's probably saying ready. So I think he did good. I think he did alright.
Guys, I don't even know what to say about that one. I've been fascinated by the AC-130 ever since I was a kid, so to be able to come out here to Cannon, to fly with the crew, and experience firing those weapons myself, it was just amazing. As always, thank you so much for tuning in.
What an awesome video. First time I've checked him out. He said he had done another AC-130, the old one, and I assume he's done other aircrafts. Let us know in the comments if you want us to check it out, because I really enjoyed that.
Really
time flew by. Anything else to add?
No.
Smash the like button, guys. Smash that subscribe button and watch the video.
Have a fantastic day.
And we'll see you, legends, in the next one. Peace.